The comeuppance of Al. Back on the east coast of Canada when I was exiled for 13 days short of 2 years, not that I was counting, I worked with a guy named Al who was less than a stellar colleague. I moved from Ottawa and was in a specific position with a specific title. Al was hired into a superior titled position and seemed to think that this actually made him superior to me. About a year into my exile, I was doing something and happened to be working near Al when he had to use his admin access on our servers. I happened to see him enter his password, which of all things, was password, all lowercase. I immediately looked at him and said, "Please tell me that you are not using password as your admin password on our systems." He said basically yes he was and that it wasn't my business as he was the XYZ, which was a superior position to mine. I promptly went to my part of the office and immediately disabled his admin account. At this point, Al morphed into a Karen, started yelling, threatening, etc. etc. Basically said I was going to be out of a job when he was done with me. I looked at him and in a somewhat stern tone, said, "Come with me, it's time this gets sorted." We proceeded to walk to the IT manager's office, my real boss and Al's boss. Al was bitching the whole way. For a 100-foot walk, he got a lot of griping and threats in. We proceeded into the boss's office and Al started going on about how I had disabled his admin account and he basically wanted my head on a platter. My boss looked at me a bit perplexed until I told him I disabled his admin account because his password was set to password. With eyebrows raised, he looked at Al and asked if that was true. Al truthfully admitted to it because it could have easily been tested right on the spot. At that point, I said to my boss, I would like to get something absolutely clear right now because it is a regular recurring issue. When it comes to any technical matter, opinion, decision etc. between myself and Al, who is in charge? The look on Al's face when my boss advised that I was the senior technical person on site and my decisions and judgments were to be followed was somewhat priceless. Al immediately pointed out that he was an XYZ and I was an WXY. At this point my boss advised him in no uncertain terms, that I was in charge and he was to follow my lead. The next 2 weeks were somewhat quiet as Al suddenly realized that a title is just a title and means nothing. He eventually started talking to me again out of necessity and never crossed that line again. I gave him his admin account back after a week. My boss was awesome about the whole thing. I've never spilled anything on it. Why is it dripping liquid then? Another story from your favorite school IT guy. Temp equals temporary teacher me equals me. A normal day almost over, a Wednesday I think. Knock knock. Me. Come in. Temp. Hey me, it's my last day here, should I leave the computer with you here, do I need to do anything else? Me. Alright, nope you're fine, just leave it here and I'll wipe it clean. Temp. Okay good, and by the way, the computer has a hard time starting. Me. Oh okay, I'll have a look at it. Small talk and then she leaves. The computer she had was out of warranty, soon to be trashed anyways so no problems. I finish what I was doing on my computer before I have a look at it. I notice the watermarks you can get when wiping something clean with water. I thought to myself, wow cool she cleaned the computer before she gave it to me at least. Keyboard was cleaned, screen was clean etc. I plug the charger in and it kills the charger, a security feature to stop the charger from backsurge I guess. If you unplug the charger from wall and plug it in again it works. I unplugged the external battery. Drip, drip, drip. I've been fooled. I'm sure there's an explanation for it. I open my door and look down the corridor, there she is. Talking to another teacher. Me. Hey temp, could you come back for a sec? They finish their convo and she comes back. I show her the damage. Temp. What happened? Me. I don't know. I was going to get parts from it and when I removed the battery it started dripping water. Temp. Wow that's weird. I've never spilled anything on it? Me. Then why is it dripping water? Temp. I don't know. Me. You don't know? Temp. No. Me. I'd much rather you tell me the truth, it's an old computer so I'd likely throw it away soon anyways. Maybe she admits if I say it's an old computer. Temp. No I don't know. I was expecting her to at least say she did something, maybe a colleague or student knocked something over. At least admit that it happened in your care. Nothing. I merely ushered a alright that's all, you can leave. At this point I'm fuming, not because the computer is dead but because she lied to my face. I explained the situation to my boss but we both realized that it would cost more in working hours than we would get in damages. Moral of the story, own up to your mistakes. Thanks for watching and don't forget to give a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Have a good one.